Hey everybody, so before I get started today, I just wanted to let you know that if you enjoy Doctor Who theories, reviews, watch-alongs, anything like that, even if you just like Doctor Who in general, I want you to hit that subscribe button right now, because with the new episode coming out soon, we're going to have lots of content coming out almost every single day. I'm finally done with finals for this semester, so I am going to be pumping out so much content, talking about every single theory that there is, and we're going to do some watch-alongs of some old episodes. So please hit subscribe and hit the like button if you can. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy this episode and have a great day. Wop, 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 wop. Hello! Hello, everybody. So today we're going to be talking about the kind of sad news that has been around for a while, theorized, but it's officially been confirmed that Ryan and Graham will be leaving in the festive special or the New Year special this upcoming year. So this news brings on a lot of questions, obviously, the main one being, why are they leaving? And another one being, will they come back throughout the series, like a Captain Jack type thing, or Rose, or Martha, people that come back in future series. Are they dead and gone is the question that I'm going to talk about today. And so yeah, stay tuned for that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to bring up is this article. This article here by digitalspy.com that says Doctor Who's Bradley Walsh and Tosin Cole reveal festive special will be their very sad final episode. Now, I've talked about this before, but whenever these two actors and the director, Chris Chibnall, or the writer rather, talk about this episode, they always say the word emotional or very sad. Which brings on a lot of questions. Is it very sad just because they've worked on the show for a while and it's sad to see these people go that are probably fun to work with backstage? Or is it sad because of what actually happens in the episode? Is there a death? Doctor Who doesn't typically do deaths. They'll say the word death a lot. You know, this is the story of how I died, or you're going to die to Donna, but they're not dead. So Doctor Who likes to do that. So I really doubt they'll kill off either of these characters. Graham, of course, his cancer has returned, and Ryan is just beginning to gain some confidence in himself with his dyspraxia, and with the basketball shot in the finale, the Timeless Children. So it really feels like these two have a lot more to give. Like Graham. It's funny, Chibnall's era, in that way, where these characters, they're leaving, yet I feel like I'm just kind of getting to know them. Like, Ryan's entire story arc has finally just starting to make sense in the most recent episode. It's 2 seasons in, and Graham, a similar thing, it's I'm just starting to get to know these two characters, which is why I'm happy that Yaz will be staying, because I think there's a lot more to learn about Yaz. While Ryan and Graham, I feel like I don't know them very well. All right, so we're going to read this article. We're going to talk about what it says. So it says, Bradley Walsh and Tosin Cole, Graham and Ryan, have confirmed their departures from Doctor Who. The duo who play Graham O'Brien and his step-grandson Ryan Sinclair will say goodbye to the Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, and their friend Yasmin Khan in the New Year's Day 2021 special Revolution of the Daleks. So we knew this already, it's just confirming it. So Graham has said, it is very, very dramatic. It is very sad. It is quite sad, and poignant is the word. You can expect a lot of poignancy from this episode. Now, I don't remember what that word means, so we're going to look it up. Poignant. Keen sense of sadness or regret. So, it's, that makes me feel that this is going to be very depressing, these two leaving, which is really scary. Towson called his last ever Doctor Who scene emotional, though he admitted he was looking forward to having a rest from the show's breakneck production schedule. So this is not a new thing to hear, by the way. For years now, with Christopher Eccleston, and Graham has said it before, Ryan has said it before, a lot of other characters have said in the past, David Tennant has said, Matt Smith has said it, that this show changes your life because it is a grueling production schedule. They film so much because a lot of times these episodes are like movies. Like, there's a lot going on. There's so many different locations. There's so much acting, so like big scripts. It's a big show. So it's not surprising to me that someone of Graham's age is leaving. Not surprising at all. It says, in their final story, the Doctor's fam team up with Captain Jack Harkness to fend off the Dalek invasion, while the Doctor is locked away in an alien prison. So this is interesting. I think a lot of people were under the impression that Captain Jack was in the prison with the Doctor, but this seems to mislead that and say that he's on Earth with the fam. And it says here, as Bradley and Towson prepare for their Doctor Who swan song, both said they are working with the cast and crew was the most rewarding part of their time on the show. I absolutely loved it. Wales has become like a second home to me, and being included in something so iconic and groundbreaking with the advent of having a female Doctor, that whole thing where I can't speak. That whole thing where Chris Chibnall sold that to me, it didn't disappoint, and I love working with these guys. So it's he's basically saying like it was amazing having such a progressive era of Doctor Who be the one that he's part of. I love working with Chris Chibnall. The man is a genius, but to also be working with Mandip and Towson, of course, Geordie is just extraordinary. Hearing that he's a genius, I think these people are a little out of touch with this era, which is, a lot of people like it, a lot of people really don't like it. It's a time in Doctor Who where it feels very like split down the middle, where half the fan base is like, this sucks, and the other half is, this is great. I'm kind of on the middle ground here, where I don't really have much of a... I have trouble forming an opinion because some episodes I think are honestly great and some are some of the worst we've ever seen. So calling him a genius, I wouldn't go that far. Towson says, it's been an honor to work on such a cultural institution with fans across the world. The people like me on the screen come and go. The people like me, I see. But it's the people behind the scenes and the fans that will always be there, keeping the Doctor Who world alive and exciting. Very optimistic about the future of the show, which I haven't been. If you've seen my most recent videos, I'm not the most optimistic about Doctor Who's future right now because the ratings have been going down. He then says that Bradley admitted that he's going to miss anything and everything about Doctor Who. Going on to say, we are now in constant contact, texting, WhatsApping. I miss them all. I was texting the location guys across the airwaves. Happy days, fantastic memories. Our times abroad, when we were in Spain, South Africa, I just loved it. Fans can rest assured that Jodie Whittaker is already signed out for the next Doctor Who series with Mandip Gill, having recently confirmed that she hasn't even looked at another role. That's not surprising to me at all. We've been known about that kind of information, but I found this article very interesting, particularly because it officially announces their departure, and it also really focuses on the idea that this is not going to be a happy ending. It doesn't really feel that way at all. Using the word poignant and quite sad, very, very dramatic, worries me because they're not the best actors, but I really worry that this is not going to be the happiest of ending, that Chibnall's going to pull a fast one on us. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to be some just mutual understanding. Like, I don't think we can do this anymore. Like, they're going to be sad for sure. And then this this quote here that the fam is teaming up with Captain Jack without the Doctor being there, I think this kind of confirms, this quote right here kind of confirms that Jack's not in the prison. It really seems that way. I've been wrong about quotes in the past and misleading Doctor Who articles because they tend to be misleading because people don't know what they're talking about. But it really feels like that's going to be the case just based on this one quote. So going into this episode, I'm kind of nervous about their departure. Graham and Ryan have been okay characters. Graham especially, I've always loved Graham. I thought he was a great addition to the team. I always thought that he needed more spotlight because I think he was the strongest actor of both seasons, next to Jodie, and these two having a little bit of trouble in my opinion. I think they needed to take the scenes of him and really focus more on his emotional side. The whole cancer coming back thing, that's a really emotional idea that they really kind of threw away when Graham talked to the Doctor about it, and I was always disappointed with that scene, if you remember it. And with Ryan, that we've had very little character development scenes. So we've had a few. They have been there, but it's not as consistent as a lot of previous series have been. These companions have gotten 2 seasons, and I'm not nearly as attached to them as I was with Martha or Donna or Rose or anything like that, or Clara, or even going back to the first series. With those companions, I've only watched a few episodes, and I feel already very attached to those. So the idea that people say that 3 companions is too many, I don't really think is valid, because if you look at like Doctor Who First Doctor companions, it's like here we go. Where's the picture? That's not really a good example. This team here, if you look at like this, it's like these 3 I think were great. I haven't gotten through all of them yet because there's a lot to get through. But it's just showing this here to someone who says that, I think is pretty compelling. 3 companions can work because these 2 have a pretty solid overarching storyline, and I think it's just kind of silly to say that it's not gonna that it doesn't work, because Susan was awesome and Ian and Barbara were great, but they don't compare to these new companions. Like the new companions they don't stack up as well. Like Ian and the Doctor really had this consistent back and forth that was really clever, and none of that really happens here. Graham will try to say something to the Doctor, and the Doctor will just be like, So this Doctor feels a little selfish sometimes. But we'll see. I'm going to wrap up this episode here. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. I'm not really sure what I'm going to talk about yet, but if there's any news that comes out, be sure to know that I will be covering it. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to hit that subscribe button for all Doctor Who content weekly. I'm very excited for this new episode, but I'm scared. All right, see you guys next time.